Hello, mighty companions. This is Earl Purdy, and I want to welcome you to Hardcore Course in Miracles. And we are going to talk about how your fear thoughts, your attack thoughts, your anger thoughts attack you in your own invulnerability, and how to not lose your power and not lose your center through your thinking and everything that's going on in your life and everything that's going on in your mind right now from a Course in Miracles perspective. So we're going to talk about how to deal with any kind of fear thoughts, anger thoughts, depression thoughts, and how those thoughts are affecting you in a way that's not for your own best interest. And how do you get past them? How do you deal with that? We're going to talk about that with from A Course in Miracles. And while we're allowing ourselves to get centered, and we're going to allow ourselves to get centered right now. So I'd like to ask you to just take a breath for just a few minutes. Just take a breath. Take a breath right now. Take another one. Allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to get centered. Allow yourself to get centered. Take a breath. Take a breath. Allow it. Now listen and relax. There's a cover of God, I see it everywhere. Everybody's running scared. Everything is turning upside down. So much going on right now. But the words I hear, they keep coming through from deep inside of me and you. It's telling us that love is who I am. You and me were not that far apart. Yeah, we're beating the same heart. We've been together from the start. Tell me, can you hear it? Tell me, can you feel it? Put your arms around it and know that we are one. Yeah, yeah, we are one. Now let's come together and understand that love was born inside of everyone. He's waiting for us to choose love as ourselves. When you choose love, you know you choose me too. Everyone becomes a part of you. And then you will know that love is who I am. You and me were not that far apart. Yeah, we're beating the same heart. We've been together from the start. We've been together always. Tell me, can you hear it? Can you hear what I'm saying? Tell me, can you feel it? Put your arms around it and know that we are one. Yeah, yeah, we are one. You and me. Oh, we are one. Welcome, mighty companions. This is Earl Purdy. I want to welcome you to Hardcore Course in Miracles here on Facebook Live. And we are going to have a very powerful lesson that we're going to be doing today on the effects that your thoughts of fear, your thoughts of worry, your thoughts of anger, your thoughts of upset. We're going to talk about what kind of effect that has on you and how you can get past it. How you can get past getting hung up in those thoughts that cause you fear and conflict and upset. Don't you think that's a worthwhile thing to do? Well, we're going to be doing it from A Course in Miracles here on Facebook Live. So I'm going to start out by telling you these are the only guidelines for this lesson. I want you to remember that you need not believe the ideas. You need not accept the ideas. You need not even welcome the ideas. Some of the ideas you may actively resist. Some of the ideas you may find hard to believe. Some of the ideas may seem to be quite startling. You are not being asked to judge and analyze the ideas at all. It's using the ideas that's going to give these ideas meaning to you and will show you that they are true. One of the things I want you to keep in mind is that the Course in Miracles says that the way that you change your mind is through repeating ideas over and over again. And the Course in Miracles asks you to remember what it's saying and then apply it. It's not asking you to analyze it. It's asking you to remember what you're being told from Spirit and just do it whether you believe it or not. Do it whether you accept it or not. Do it whether or not it makes sense to you at all. We're going to be on page 40 in the Course in Miracles workbook. Lesson 26 in the Course in Miracles workbook. In the Course in Miracles, you got 3 books in one. You got the text, and you have the workbook and the manual for teachers all in one book. So you want to go to the workbook, and you want to go to page 40. Lesson 26. My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. Your attack thoughts, what does that mean? It means your thoughts of attack, your thoughts of fear, your thoughts of anger, your thoughts of separation, your thoughts of guilt are attacking your safety, your invulnerability. I work out of the Course in Miracles book because as a teacher of A Course in Miracles for over 40 years, I realized that there's nothing more important than a person getting accustomed to going to the material itself. I'm here to support you in any way that I can. But the good thing you can count on if you tune into one of my classes on the Course in Miracles is that you'll get a chance to actually do the practical application of it. It won't be just something else you're listening to, but it will be something that you can actually apply to you and to apply to your life right now. I use a lot of repetition, and I also teach in a question and answer format. So here we go. You ready? Do you know that it's surely obvious that if you think you can be hurt, if you think you can be attacked, what does that mean? If you think anybody can hurt you, if you think any situation or circumstance can attack you, then you must not be invulnerable. You must be something that's easily hurt. And what the Course in Miracles teaches is that you are spirit. Do you know that you are spirit? What you truly are is a spiritual being. You, in your truest nature, you are not a physical being. In your truest nature, in your real nature, you are not a body. Did you hear what I said? The Course in Miracles teaches that you are not a body, that you have a spiritual nature. That is your real self. But if you think you can be attacked, if you think you can be hurt, the Course says, well, then you don't see yourself as being invulnerable. And so that means you see attack as a real threat. So let me ask you, do you think you can be hurt? Do you think that you can be attacked? Well, the reason why a person sees attack as a real threat is because they believe they can attack. See, if you believe you can hurt someone, you will believe someone can hurt you. If you believe you can attack someone, you will believe that someone can attack you. So the reason why a person is afraid of being hurt and afraid of being attacked is because the Course says it's because that person believes that they can really attack and that they can really hurt someone. So does that mean that a person who thinks that they hurt people and are harmful to people, would that be a person that would be on the lookout for the possibility that someone could hurt them and someone could attack them? That's exactly right. So that means that if I'm walking around afraid that everybody can hurt me or anybody can hurt me, if I believe I'm afraid of being hurt in a relationship or attacked in a relationship, what that's making me aware of is that I must really believe I can hurt people and I can attack people. And here's a universal law. Would you like to hear a very powerful universal law? A very powerful universal law is what would have effects through you must also have effects on you. So if I let peace come through me, peace will have an effect on me. If I let love come through me, love will have an effect on me. If I let anger come through me, then anger will have an effect on me. If I let depression come through me, then depression will have an effect on me. Whatever you let come through you has an effect on you. So every thought, every feeling, every emotion that you allow to come through you is having an effect on you. Now, this law, do you know that this law that what has effects through you must have an effect on you? That law will ultimately save you. But do you know that the Course in Miracles says, well, you guys are misusing this law right now. The law that what has an effect, that what comes through you has an effect on you. What comes through you has an effect on you. What comes through you has an effect on you. What comes through you has an effect on you. What comes through you has an effect on you. Now, right now, the Course says, well, you know, I don't know how to break it to you, but right now you're not using that rule to your advantage. You know, if you walk around and you're angry and upset and you express all of that anger and upset, then it's having an effect on who? It's having an effect on you, because what comes through you has an effect on you. But wouldn't that also be true if you got to the point that you were expressing happiness? Then that happiness would have an effect on you. So that's using the law to your advantage. But when you're a person that's full of anger and guilt and upset, and you're attacking people and you're thinking people want to attack you, and you're judging, well, the Course in Miracles says, well, the law is still operating. What's coming through you is having an effect on you. So what is it that we are going to learn? Well, the Course in Miracles says, well, what you are going to learn is how to use this rule that what would have effects through you must also have effects on you. Well, it's time for you to use that law, which I call a rule, for your own best interest, rather than against your own best interest. Now, I teach again through repetition, because the Course in Miracles says over and over again, say this again, repeat this, say this, repeat this, say this, because it's through telling yourself something over and over again that you believe it and accept it as true. It's not through analyzing, it's through remembering and repeating if you want to change your mind, if you want to feel different, if you want to do it different. Now, what happens when you have a lot of thoughts of attack? What happens when a person has a lot of attack thoughts? What happens when a person has a lot of thoughts of anger or thoughts of fear? Then the Course in Miracles says when a person feels those thoughts of attack, then they project those thoughts, which means that the thoughts you project are the thoughts that you fear are going to come back and affect you. So because your attack thoughts are going to be projected, your fear thoughts are going to be projected, your thoughts of separation are going to be projected, your thoughts of lack are going to be projected. And then the Course in Miracles says that you're going to fear those thoughts and the results of those thoughts coming back to you. And if you are afraid of being hurt, if you are afraid of attack, the Course says just the mere fact that you are afraid of being hurt and you are afraid of attack, then that means that you believe that you are weak. It means that you believe that you are something that's fragile and that you are something that's vulnerable. So if I'm walking around afraid all day of what could happen to me, then I really don't believe I'm strong. I really don't know myself as the unlimited spiritual being that I really am. So how can I tell when I don't really realize I'm the holy child of an infinite creator that is absolutely invulnerable spirit? How do I know I don't believe that about myself? Well, the Course in Miracles says, well, the reason why you know that you don't know you're the child of the Most High, the reason why you don't know you're the unlimited child of God is because you think you are something that can be hurt. But I want you to ask yourself this question. What is it that I think is so fragile that it can be hurt? It's this. It's the physical body, right? You think that the body can be hurt, the body can be attacked, the body can be killed, the body can be destroyed, the body can be sick. Well, that's true. You're absolutely not insane when you think that. The body can have the effect of experiencing pain and suffering, but the Course in Miracles is saying to you, and I'm going to remind you that you are spirit, you are consciousness, you are awareness, you are invulnerable. What you really are is a child of God. You are a creation of love. You are an unlimited being who has forgotten that. You are unlimited, but you have forgotten that. Not only have you forgotten who you truly are, you have also forgotten that you are not just the vulnerable physical body. So how do you know you've forgotten that you are an unlimited being? The Course says, well, if you fear being hurt, if you fear being attacked, then you must believe that you are not invulnerable. So your thoughts of attack, your thoughts of worry, your thoughts of anger, your thoughts of lack, your thoughts of sickness make you weak in your own mind. It makes you vulnerable in your own mind. Those ego thoughts, those thoughts of limitation, those thoughts make you believe you are weak and vulnerable in your own mind. I'm gonna go slow. There's no need to rush. Okay, listen to me. This is the Course in Miracles, lesson 26 in the Foundation for Inner Peace version of a course. On page 40, my attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. Okay, we're going to keep going. All right, now, where are your thoughts of fear? Where are your thoughts of attack? Where are these beliefs located? I bet you know. It says it right here. Attack thoughts make you vulnerable where? In your own mind. Because it's in your own mind that your thoughts of fear and anger and attack are located. All your beliefs, all your thoughts are located where? In your mind. Everything you're thinking is taking place in your mind. So if you want to know your strength, if you want to know your power, if you want to know your true identity as a child of God, a child of love, how do you do that? You need to remember what? That constantly having thoughts of fear, anger, guilt, attack, lack, and sickness and you being invulnerable, powerful, peaceful, free, loving, and abundant, those thoughts cannot be accepted together. I can't walk around all day afraid of everything that I think may happen to me, and at the same time remember that I have a lot of strength and a lot of power. Why is it that you can't have thoughts of attack and invulnerability? Because these thoughts contradict each other. If you walk around all day in a negative state of mind, that certainly isn't making you aware that you are a powerful, loving, unlimited being. Those thoughts contradict each other. Do you see what I'm saying? Take a breath, and listen. Take a breath and listen. Okay. So this idea for today, what is this idea? My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. This idea introduces a thought. Do you know the Course in Miracles is introducing a thought to you right now? And here's the thought. And it's a pretty intense thought. The thought is, you always attack yourself first. You always attack yourself first. A person may think they're attacking someone else, or being angry at someone else, or trying to make someone else feel guilty. But the truth is, they are always attacking themselves first. I want you to think about that. You always attack yourself first. If I have a thought of anger, who's feeling that? Because remember, what would have effects through me would have an effect on me. Whatever I'm allowing to come through me is having an effect on me. So let's say there's a person in my life and I'm really angry and I want to go off on that person in anger. Who's feeling the anger first? You always hurt yourself before you can hurt someone else. You always hurt yourself first. You always attack yourself first. So if a person is full of anger and a person is full of attack, what does that mean that that person believes? A person who's always thinking of attack or being attacked or hurting or thinking of being hurt, that's coming from a belief that you're weak and that you're vulnerable. So there's no such thing as a person really believing that they are strong and mighty, and they're always attacking everyone and angry at everyone and projecting on everyone and blaming everyone. That's a person who sees themselves as weak. So thoughts of anger, thoughts of attack, negative thoughts, they weaken you in your own eyes. So you wonder why a person, do you sometimes wonder why a person feels weak in their own eyes? It's because they believe everything can hurt them or take advantage of them or make them feel bad. So a person that's full of anger and attack is a person who believes they are weak. And the weaker that a person thinks that they are, the more they attack and try to hurt others. So the more vulnerable you think you are, the more angry you are. The weaker you think you are, the more easily upset you are. So if you are a person that's easily upset and easily angered, do you know it's because you think you're weak and that you've forgotten that you are spirit and that you've forgotten that you are love and that you have forgotten that you are free? People who don't know that they are free, people who don't know that they are completely innocent, beings that don't know they are one and connected to all that is, people who think they're just bodies and separate, these are people who believe that they can be hurt. They believe that they are vulnerable. And because they believe that they are vulnerable and because they believe they can be hurt, then they project a lot of anger and guilt and blame on everybody and everything around them. They don't realize all of these negative feelings and emotions are coming through them. So these negative feelings and emotions are having an effect on them. And so they're making themselves feel weaker and weaker and weaker. And that's where sickness and lack and anxiety and fear come from. So when you see yourself as being vulnerable and easily hurt, and so therefore you're full of anger and attack or fear that you're going to be attacked, what you are really attacking is your perception of yourself. What you're really hurting is your perception of yourself. The more angry I am, the more I attack, the more that I believe I can be attacked. Then I'm attacking what? The way that I see myself. How am I seeing myself? I'm seeing myself as somebody that's weak and vulnerable. I'm seeing myself as someone that can be easily hurt. And so therefore, I'm weakening my own perception of myself in my own eyes. So really, people who get angry and attack and judge and condemn, these are people who think they are very weak and vulnerable and not strong or loving at all. And if you believe that about yourself, if you believe that you're weak, if you believe that you are weak and easily hurt, then you no longer will believe in yourself, because your perception of yourself is that you're weak and that you're vulnerable and that you're easily hurt. But once you believe that you are weak in a body, but once you believe you can be easily hurt, then you develop a false image of yourself. A false image of yourself. Do you know that the Course in Miracles calls a false image of yourself the ego? The ego is a perception of yourself that's not true. Your ego is nothing but the concepts and ideas that you make up about who you think you are. And if you have an image of yourself that you are lacking in some way, that you are guilty in some way, that you are sinful in some way, if you have a perception of yourself that you're easily hurt, easily taken advantage of, if you have a perception of yourself that everything around you is a threat and might hurt you, then you're reinforcing the idea that you are not strong. So then you get an image of yourself of being a weak being. So then you have a false image of yourself. Do you know that that false image of yourself, it comes to take the place of what you are? And what are you? You are love, you are life, you are innocent, you are powerful, you are abundant, you are beautiful, you are healthy, you are holy. That's what you are. You are more than a body. You are more than a body. You have a body, 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 you have a body. And the body can be hurt. The body can suffer. The body is fragile. You stub your toe and then you jump around in a circle in for a few minutes because it looks like you hurt yourself. That's because you are identifying with just being a physical body. And that idea that you are a physical body, that creates a situation where you've forgotten that you are unlimited spirit. When you are full of anger and attack and you fear some type of anger and attack, then that weakens you in your own eyes, because you can't possibly think you are strong at the same time that you think everything could hurt you. Do you know that all those thoughts of fear and anger and guilt that you have is in your own mind? And those thoughts make you feel like you have a lot to be afraid of and a lot you have to worry about, which creates a false image of yourself. And that false image of yourself has come to take the place of what you really are. And what you really are is an innocent, powerful child of the Creator. I'm going to say that to you over and over and over and over and over again. So what's going to be the advantage of practicing the idea that we are doing right now? And what is the idea that we're focused on right now? That your attack thoughts, that your thoughts of attack, whether that's thoughts of attacking others or thoughts of being attacked by others, those thoughts are attacking your power, your awareness of your strength. Those thoughts are attacking your invulnerability. So what is it that you need to understand? What is it, what is it that you need to understand? You go, Earl, what is it that I need to understand? Well, you need to understand that vulnerability and invulnerability is the result of your own thoughts. Your being able to be hurt and your being able to not be hurt is going to be the result of your own thoughts. Your pain and suffering comes from your thoughts. Your joy and your happiness comes from your thoughts. Vulnerability or invulnerability is the result of what? Your own thinking. So what does that mean? Well, it means nothing except your thoughts can attack you. Nothing except your own thoughts can hurt you. Nothing except your own thoughts can hurt you. Nothing except your own thoughts can hurt you. Nothing except your own thinking can hurt you. Nothing but your own thoughts can hurt you. Everything you see in the world is a result of your thoughts. Everything that's in your world is a result of your thoughts. Everything that you perceive is the result of your thoughts. Everything you perceive is the result of your thoughts. Everything you experience is the result of your thoughts. Everything you experience is a result of your thoughts. The thoughts in your mind are projected outward, and you perceive them as the outside world. Thoughts in your mind are projected outward, and you perceive them as your outside world. So your ability to be strong and prosperous and alive and loving is the result of your own thoughts. Nothing except your thoughts can attack you. Nothing except your thoughts can hurt you. Nothing except your thoughts can hurt you. Nothing except your thoughts can make you think you are weak. The only thing that makes you think that you are weak or lacking in any way is your own thoughts. So that situation that you're in, that circumstance that you're in right now, it's what you are telling yourself. It's the conversation that you're having in your own mind. It's the thoughts that you are having about that situation that's either making you feel powerful, or the thoughts that you're having about that situation is making you feel weak and vulnerable. Nothing except your thoughts can prove that you are not weak, that you are not vulnerable. Nothing except your thoughts can prove to you that you are not weak. 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 You are strong. You are not weak in this situation. You are the strong one. But nothing except your thoughts can prove to you that you are not lacking, that you are not weak. So the Course in Miracles recommends doing at least 6 practice periods with today's idea that my attack thoughts are attacking my vulnerability. And the Course in Miracles demands so much of us. It says a full 2 minutes should be attempted for each practice period. So is the Course in Miracles telling me that it's just asking me to practice 12 minutes a day if I want to get in touch with my power and my strength and my invulnerability? A full 2 minutes should be attempted 6 times a day. And I'm being only asked to practice this for 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. And then I love the next part of the sentence. It says, although the time may be reduced to a minute if the discomfort is too great, but don't reduce it more than a friggin' minute. So let me get this straight. I want to know that I'm powerful and not weak. Everything that comes through me is going to have an effect on me. The more I walk around afraid of all the things that could go wrong in my life and that could go wrong in my relationships, and the more I think about how things out here could hurt me, then it's going to weaken me in my own eyes and in my own mind. And then the more I fear being hurt and attacked, it's going to help me develop a false image of myself. And the false image of myself is going to be that I'm weak and vulnerable and not an unlimited spiritual being. So how do I get rid of these negative thoughts? Well, the Course in Miracles says, well, if you could just pull off 12 minutes a day, 2 minutes at a time, telling yourself, my attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability, this would begin to change your mind so that you could recognize your power. And your physical reality is a reflection of your thought. So the more you see yourself as invulnerable, the more you see yourself as strong, then that's going to be reflected back to you in your physical world. And since you don't fear attack because you know you are strong, and your outer is a reflection of what's going on inside of you, then you would not attract or perceive attack toward you in the world. So how should you begin this process? The practice period should begin with repeating the idea for today. So if you're in a position to close your eyes, this is what I want you to do. Now, you may not be in a position to close your eyes, but this is what the Course is asking us to do. The Course is asking you to review what? Review the unresolved questions whose outcomes are causing you concern. Let's say you're going, how am I going to pay my bill? Okay, that's an outcome that's causing you concern. How can I have peace in my partnership? Though that's an unresolved question that's causing you concern. How can I get over this health condition that I think I'm dealing with right now? Okay, that's an unresolved question that's causing you concern. So the Course in Miracles, don't you see the Course in Miracles is actually using the things that you're worrying about as part of the exercise to get you out of the things that you're worrying about and to resolve the things that you're worried about. So your concern may take the form. So what are some of the forms your worry and concern can take? Well, your worry and concern, your thought of attack, your thought of being attacked, it can take the form of depression. So depression is an attack thought and the thought of being attacked. Your concern can take the form of worry. Are you worrying about something? Well, that's an unresolved question whose outcomes are causing you worry. Are you angry about something? Well, that's a concern. So review that. What are you angry about? What are you depressed about? What are you worried about? What are you angry about? What is it that you are thinking about that makes you feel a sense of imposition? What are you concerned about that you are afraid of? What is it that's giving you a feeling of foreboding? You're kind of leery about how you think. Let's say you're getting ready to have surgery. You're getting ready to have an operation, and you have a sense of foreboding about what might happen, for example. The Course in Miracles says, I want you to review that. I want you to think about that. In other words, the Course in Miracles is talking about using the way that most people think most of the time, all the time, right? I mean, let's face it. If you're afraid of paying your bills, then you're having a fear, a worry, a depression. That's a sense of imposition. If you feel like there's something that's going on your job or your relationship that you're concerned about, the Course in Miracles says, I want you to review that. Do you hear the Course in Miracles saying, I want you to review that? The Course in Miracles is not saying, don't take a look at your negative, fearful thoughts and concerns. It's not telling you to not tell the truth about what you're concerned about or what you're worried about. This situation that you're concerned about or worried about right now, it's telling you, I want you to review that. I want you to realize that you're concerned, that your thought of attack, it's taking the form of something that you're preoccupied about. Is there something that's you're preoccupied about right now that you have some type of an unresolved question about right now that's causing you concern? You know what you're worried about. You know what you're concerned about. You know, it's okay if you try to fool everybody else and you can tell everybody else you're doing fine when you're not. That's up to you. But don't lie to yourself. Don't deceive yourself. You can at least tell the truth to you. So what is a suitable subject? A suitable subject is any problem in your life that hasn't been settled. A suitable subject for this exercise is any problem that you keep thinking about over and over and over again. Do you have a situation right now that you're thinking about over and over and over again? Well, that's a suitable subject. That's a suitable subject to use this exercise that we're doing right now. Now, you won't be able to use very many for one practice period, right? Because Spirit has already said, I want you to do this exercise that I'm about to give you. I want you to do it for 2 minutes. But if you really can't handle doing it for 2 minutes, I want you to do it for 1 minute. But please don't do it less than 1 minute. So for 2 minutes, 6 times a day, 12 minutes out of 24 hours, I'm going to tell you what I want you to say to yourself every time you have an unresolved issue or something that you're worried about or something that you're concerned about. This is what I want you to tell yourself, is what A Course in Miracles is telling us. It's giving us the practical application of the ideas so that we will absolutely know our power, our peace, our strength, and love. Do you want that? Do you want to know your freedom? Do you want to know your abundance? Do you want to know your oneness? Do you want to know your joy? Do you want to know yourself and see yourself as a strong being? Or do you want to see yourself as a weak being? Okay, but if you want to change your mind because you have these unresolved issues that are bothering you, I'm about to tell you from A Course in Miracles, all you have to do to begin to move yourself in that new direction where you will have peace. Would you like to have total fulfillment? The Course in Miracles says peace is total fulfillment. Peace is total fulfillment. When you say you want peace, you were saying, I want complete fulfillment. I want complete fulfillment. I want peace in my relationship. I want complete fulfillment in my relationship. I want peace. I want the peace of God. I want the total fulfillment of God. I want the peace of God. I want the total fulfillment of love, because love is God. God is love. So peace is total fulfillment. God is love. So when I say I want the peace of God, I'm saying I want the total fulfillment of love. Do you want that? Then I want you to think about the things that you're concerned about, the unresolved problems in your life, the things that you're worried about, the way you think most of the time, if you be honest. Well, the Course in Miracles says, what I want you to do then is name the situation that's causing you concern and upset and worry. Well, we do that a lot, don't we? That's called, again, what the average person is doing all day when they're thinking, if this were different, I'd be happy. And if they were different, I'd be happy. And this needs to change and I'd be happy. And I'm afraid of someone hurting me. And I'm afraid to walk down that street because they might attack me. The Course in Miracles is saying, if you have those kind of thoughts, if you have thoughts of attacking and anger, or you have thoughts that somebody might be angry at you and attack you, then name the situation, name the relationship. I have that kind of relationship, let's say, for an example, with my mama, right? Then you say, I am concerned about, say that right now. I am concerned about the situation. And I'll say it this way. I am concerned about this situation. And you know what your situation is. You know exactly what you worry about a lot, and you know exactly what you make yourself feel upset about. Name that situation. Then you want to tell yourself, I'm concerned about it. And then what is it you're supposed to do next? Go over every possible outcome that has occurred to you in that connection. Let's say I was told that I had to, let's do the health stuff, right? So let's say I was told that I had to have an operation, right? Now, positive thinking would say that I wouldn't go over every possible outcome. Positive thinking would say I would go, I'm going to go through this operation and everything is going to turn out just perfect. I'm going to go through this operation and none of the complications that I was told I might go through, they're not going to happen because I have to be positive. So I'm going to say, I'm going to have this operation and everything is just going to turn out fine. That's not what the Course in Miracles said you should do. It said, name the situation. I'm concerned about this operation, for example, and then go over every possible outcome that could occur. Well, one possible outcome that could occur would, I could have a blood clot. Oh my God, I could have a heart attack. Oh, one possible outcome that they could make a mistake during the operation and I have some type of a heart attack. See, that sounds negative, but remember the Course said go over every possible outcome that has occurred to you in that connection, which is what? Caused you concern, right? Referring to each thing that's causing you concern quite specifically, which would be you saying, I'm having this operation, I'm afraid they're going to mess up some kind of way and screw my body up really bad, right? I'm concerned that something's going to go wrong with it. The Course says, say that. I'm concerned about this, and I'm afraid this is going to happen. I'm concerned about this, and I'm afraid this is going to happen. The Course in Miracles is not asking you to be in denial. It's not asking you to do a spiritual bypass and pretend that you don't have concerns. It's saying right here in the lesson from the Course in Miracles book, first name the situation you're concerned about. Go over every outcome that has occurred to you in that connection. Go over everything that you think is concerning you. Refer to each thing quite specifically, saying, I'm afraid I'm afraid that I'm going to have this negative, fearful outcome. And if you are doing the exercises properly, if you're really doing what the Course in Miracles is asking you to do, you're going to come up with at least 5 or 6 distressing possibilities available for each situation that you come up with. And you might come up with more than 5 or 6 things that could go wrong. So if you're really not kidding and you're really doing what Spirit is telling you to do right now in order for you to heal your sense of being hurt and invulnerability, then you are telling yourself the truth about what's causing you worry and what's causing you depression. Or you are naming that person or that situation that you know you're feeling upset about. You are being honest about what you think could possibly happen that might be a negative outcome. You are safe. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. He says it right here. Then it says, it's much more helpful to cover a few situations that's causing you concern thoroughly than to touch on a large number of situations that you're concerned about. And as this list of anticipated outcomes grows, when you come up with more and more that you think could go wrong, more and more that you're afraid to happen, you're going to find some of the situations that you come up with, especially those those outcomes that you come up with toward the end of doing your work of reviewing all the things that you're afraid of, you're going to find maybe that some of these things are going to be really less acceptable to you than other things. But I want you to treat all of the outcomes alike to whatever extent you can. Try to treat them all as what they are. Different things that you're worried about that's taking your peace away that you're afraid might happen to you. And so what do you what do you do after you think of all the possible outcomes and of the things that you're concerned about that are not resolved? You know, if it's a relationship, I know you're concerned that that person might not love you and they may leave you. Think of all the things that would be upsetting to you if they would leave you. And then think of as many of those outcomes that you are afraid of that might go wrong in the relationship. You don't run away from it. It says, the Course says, no, take a look at it. And after you've named each outcome, after you've named everything that you think that you are afraid of that might happen in that situation, like if I was going to have an operation, I'll go, okay, what is it that I'm afraid of? I'm going to look at everything that I think could go wrong. I'm going to look at everything that I'm afraid of happening in that situation. And after you do that, what are you supposed to do? The Course in Miracles says, what I want you to do is to tell yourself that thought of all the negative, fearful things and outcomes that are causing me concern and worry, all the stuff that I think that could happen to me that are bad things that could hurt me and that could happen to me, all that anger that I feel, or depression or concern or worry or foreboding that I feel. He says, what you must do after you take a look at it, and don't be in denial about it, what you need to do is say, that thought is an attack upon myself. That thought, that negative, fearful thought of concern and worry, that thought is an attack upon myself. That thought hurts me. All those thoughts that I'm having about the negative outcomes that might happen in this situation after I review the possibilities of the things that could go wrong in this situation that I'm worried about in this situation, then at the end you need to tell yourself, that thought is an attack upon myself. This anger that I'm having, it's having an effect on me. It's an attack upon myself. That concern, that worry, that upset is having an effect on me. And then you conclude that 2-minute practice period by repeating today's idea to yourself one more time. My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. My attack thoughts and thoughts of attack and thoughts of worry and thoughts of fear, they are attacking my strength, my perception of my strength, and my perception of me, and seeing myself as a powerful, capable, spiritual being. This thought is an attack upon myself. So you do all the worrying, all the concern, all the anger, or anything that comes up, and then you tell yourself, this depression is an attack upon myself. This worry is an attack upon myself. This anger is an attack upon myself. This sense of imposition is an attack upon myself. This fear is an attack upon myself. This foreboding is an attack upon myself. This preoccupation that I'm having with the outcome that I think is going to happen to me in this situation that I'm in right now, it's an attack upon myself. And do you know that you've already been programming your mind all your life not to hurt yourself, not to attack yourself? So what is the advantage of telling yourself all of those thoughts are attacks upon yourself after you honestly review it and tell yourself the most fearful things that you think could happen? That's part of the exercise. then you tell yourself, that thought is an attack upon myself. That thought is hurting me. That thought is hurting me. That's all you have to do. You have already, all your life, probably been programmed to not consciously want to hurt you. This is a powerful lesson. So I'm going to do a quick recap of this. My name is Earl Purdy. I'm a full-time teacher, and I teach on a donation basis. And if you'd like to make a financial expression of appreciation, you can just go to my website, www.earlpurdy.com, P-U-R-D-Y. You can also use Venmo, the Cash App, PayPal, and Zelle. All you need is my email address, earlpurdy@earlpurdy.com. earlpurdy@earlpurdy.com. That's P-U-R-D-Y. P-U-R-D-Y. I'm available for one-on-one sessions. They're called clarity sessions. One-on-one sessions, me and you. I've been doing this for over 40 years with many, many, many people. And just go to my website, earlpurdy.com, and you can get more details about my personal one-on-one sessions called clarity sessions. And you can self-book a session right from my website. You can self-book an appointment with me right from my website. Also, I do another Facebook Live on the Course in Miracles at 1 p.m. on Sundays Mountain Time. 1 p.m. Sundays Mountain Time on the Earl Purdy page on Facebook. The Earl Purdy page on Facebook. If you're in Denver, Colorado, and you want to attend my presentation, my class in person, you're welcome to do that. It's at 1555 Race, R-A-C-E, Race Street in Denver, Colorado, 80206. On Thursdays at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, I do hardcore Course in Miracles. That's what we're doing right now. My emphasis with the Course in Miracles is the practical application of the ideas. Thursdays, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, that class is online only. The Sunday class is online and in person. I upload all of my classes to YouTube, so you can watch hundreds of classes that I've done on YouTube. On YouTube, you can control the speed of the playback, and you can also use closed captions. So you can do an hour class in 30 minutes on YouTube. I'm here only to be helpful. I'm here to represent God, love, truth, spirit that sent me. And I know I don't have to worry about what to say or what to do, because I know spirit who sent me, will speak for me and do it through me. You are powerful. You deserve love. That's all you deserve. 7 p.m. Mountain Time, Hardcore Course in Miracles on the Earl Purdy page. There's something else I'd like to ask you to do. I would ask you to share my videos, share links to the video, share these videos. It doesn't take very long for you to do that. And it could be very helpful to someone in ways you would never realize. And you're also being asked to listen to this or watch this presentation, this lesson, at least 4 times. At least 4 times. So here we go. Here we go. Take a breath. I want you to take a breath. So don't forget that what would have effects through you are going to have effects on you. So whatever comes through you is going to have an effect on you. So you got to use that rule to your best interest. So what Earl Purdy is trying to do is allow love and peace and joy and forgiveness to come through him so that it can have an effect on him. Because everything that's coming through you is having an effect on you first. And if you are constantly fearing attack, it's because you think you can attack or hurt. Who you really are never hurts anyone. Our true identity is love. And our true identity would never hurt anyone. But our false image of ourselves, That perception of ourselves as an ego that's vulnerable, as a person that can be hurt by anything and everyone. That image of ourselves tries to hurt everything and everybody, including ourselves. So every time you have those thoughts of anger and attack, they make you feel vulnerable in your own mind. And so thoughts of being able to be hurt and thoughts of knowing your strength, these thoughts cannot occur together. So what is one of the main things that you need to remember? You need to remember that you always attack yourself first. You always attack yourself first. So what's going to protect you? What's going to really make you feel safe? What's going to really make you safe? What's going to make you safe is to realize that your safety or you're feeling like you're vulnerable and in danger is the result of your own thoughts. Nothing except your thoughts can hurt you. Nothing except your thoughts can heal you. Nothing except your thoughts can hurt you. Nothing except your thoughts can heal you. Nothing except your thoughts can hurt you. Nothing except your thoughts can heal you. Nothing but your thoughts make you feel weak, and nothing but your thoughts make you feel strong. And nothing but your thoughts can teach you that you are strong. It's your thinking and your thoughts. 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 So what do you need to do? What do you need to do? All you need to do is to do a lot of what you already do. What does that mean, Earl? Repeat. My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. Your attack thoughts are attacking your invulnerability. Then what you want to do is you want to review all of the unresolved situations that are causing you fear and pain. You want to review everything that's causing you concern. You want to review everything that's causing you to feel depressed. You want to review everything that's causing you to feel weary or anger or a sense of imposition, a sense of fear, a sense of foreboding, a sense of preoccupation. You want to use any problem that you think has not been settled. Is there any problem in your life that you think has not been settled? That comes up over and over and over all day. You think about it all day. You're thinking about this one problem, this one situation, this one relationship, this one person, and you're thinking about it all day. Good. The Course in Miracles says, I want you to review that. I want you to focus in on it. Don't do a spiritual bypass. And as you think of these thoughts, what do? You name the situation, you name the person, you name the circumstance, and you say, I'm concerned about this. I'm afraid this will happen. I'm concerned about this. I'm afraid that's going to happen. I'm afraid. I'm concerned. I'm afraid. I'm concerned about. I'm afraid. I'm concerned, I'm afraid. I'm concerned about this, and I'm afraid this is going to happen. I'm concerned about this, I'm worried that this is going to happen. The Course in Miracles is telling you and telling me, don't dare try to pretend that you don't feel what you feel. My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. I'm concerned. I'm concerned that this is going to happen. I'm concerned about this situation that I'm going through right now. I'm worried about it. I'm afraid that this is going to happen. And then what do you say at the end? 3 steps. You go, this thought is an attack upon myself. This thought is hurting me. This thought, it makes me think that I'm weak. This thought makes me feel vulnerable. This is the thought that's making me believe that I'm weak and that I can be hurt. And when I have angry thoughts, when I have weary thoughts, the Course in Miracles has told me that my mind is going to project those thoughts. And when I project those thoughts of anger and guilt and depression out in my world, I think those things are going to happen to me. So I need to tell myself, this thought is an attack upon myself. Hating myself, hating someone else, being worried and concerned. I need to be honest about what I'm worried and concerned about, because that's part of the lesson. Then I need to tell myself, this thought is an attack upon myself. Now listen. My thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. My attack thoughts are attacking my, say that with me, please. My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. 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 Your attack thoughts are attacking your 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 invulnerability. My attack thoughts. This is the practical application of A Course in Miracles. My classes are for people who don't want to just be analyzing it and trying to figure it out, but who are willing to do what they're being told to give them the things that they really want, and that's you. So I want to tell you that you are a total blessing. And now you've been taught exactly what to do when you have your so-called negative thoughts. Don't run away from them. Use them as part of the workbook lesson. It says, think of as many of the outcomes that you are afraid will happen. Don't hide them from yourself in that situation you're concerned about. Just be sure that you do step, actually it's 4 steps. What is the first step? The first step is to tell yourself, my attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. What is the next step? Step 2. The next step is for you to say to yourself, I am concerned about. Third step, I am afraid this or that will happen. And what is the 4th step? To say, that thought is an attack upon myself. So don't tell me that you are not capable of doing that, especially since you don't have to believe the ideas, accept the ideas, or welcome the ideas. I know you can do it. I know you want to know your power. I know you want to know your strength. Mighty companion, this is Earl Purdy, and I feel profound gratitude that you would join me as a mighty companion for my presentation of Hardcore Course in Miracles. May the Course be with you. I love you.